This is Mike Everett with Slope Scout, and today we're asking the question, is Stevens Pass cursed?
Sometimes it sure seems that way. In the late 1800s, the Great Northern Railway was looking for a direct route to access the growing timber port of Everett, Washington, and provide passenger service to Seattle. Little was known about the pass, other than it was used by local indigenous tribes and was extremely steep, dense, and formidable. It was named for John Frank Stevens, who charted the route on behalf of the railroad. A rail line was established along with a small town, complete with a hotel and a school. A major disaster soon followed.
Immediately to the west and in the valley below Stevens Pass ski area is what used to be the town of Wellington, home of the deadliest avalanche in American history.
In late February of 1910, a series of heavy storms and avalanches forced a passenger and a freight train to remain in Wellington waiting for the weather to clear. Instead, it got worse, and on March 1st, a massive wall of snow slid down and decimated the two trains, killing 96 people, 35 passengers, and 61 railroad employees. Nothing remains of the town today. Another train avalanche occurred in 1916 near Stevens Pass, killing 8 people, demonstrating the persistent threat. A large tunnel designed to replace the original one was constructed in the aftermath of the disaster, but several lives were lost during its construction. The next major disaster also involved an avalanche and was completely preventable.
Just a couple minutes east of Stevens Pass is Yodelin, or what's left of it.
In the late 1960s, Yodelin was an attempt to develop a ski area to compete with Stevens Pass, which opened in the late 1930s. Previous wildfires and clear-cutting on the mountain above the development made it prone to disaster. That disaster struck in 1971 when an avalanche took out 2 cabins, killing 4 people. The developers tried to move past it by adding another chairlift, but by 1974, Yodelin went kaput. Stevens Pass ski area itself has had its fair share of bad juju. The first lodge, built in 1937, went up in flames and had to be rebuilt in 1939. There have been several avalanche-related deaths since then, but the 2012 Tunnel Creek avalanche stunned the 16 experienced skiers on the mountain that day and killed 3 of them. The story gained national attention, including a harrowing description published by the New York Times. Stevens Pass ski area has changed hands a few times over the years, but no handoff has been as tumultuous as the one to the Vail Corporation, purveyors of the Epic Pass, in 2018. In the midst of the pandemic, the 2021 season found them unable to fully operate the mountain at a time that demand and pass sales were peaking. Customers blamed poor working conditions and low pay for their inability to fully staff the mountain. This resulted in closed lifts, inadequate parking, long lift lines, and some seriously pissed off pass holders. Since then, there's been a change in management, and the general consensus is that things are improving. That said, the 2025 season is off to a challenging start. Recent wildfires and a non-stop torrent of warm, high-elevation rain in December put the season on hold and washed out Highway 2 in several places. It took a major effort to get the roads back open for the Christmas holiday. The first real powder of 2026 also brought a power outage that shuttered the resort. On January 8th, when they reopened, a 27-year-old snowboarder died after crashing headfirst into a creek. So it begs the question, what is the deal with Stevens Pass? Is it built on some ancient burial ground? Is it like the Bermuda Triangle of mountains? Is there indeed some sort of curse designed to repel those who dare to tread on its snowy slopes?
So the answer to the question is no. Stevens Pass is not cursed because, first of all, there's no such thing. Let's be adults. The truth is that this is really rugged terrain that's prone to heavy bouts of rain and snow, located in a rugged and somewhat remote location. It has its challenges. It's also one hell of a lot of fun to ski and snowboard when you can. For Slope Scout, I'm Mike Everett.